Well, hello there. Welcome to another episode. I'm walking outdoors while I'm recording this, and I really just find that I'm so freaking inspired when I get outside and I start getting all of these ideas, and then I'm like, well, should I record a story or whatever? And today I had so many ideas hit me that I was like, no, this is like podcast material, not a minute or two story, and I just wanted to share that with you. So I am going to walk away from the street where people are doing their lawn care to see if I can reduce a little bit of the background noise for you and take you on this walk with me. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today was vibration. It's literally the reason that I am out walking right now. So I'm in the middle of a really busy cycle with my business, in the middle of onboarding a new team member and getting through a period without a team member that we had become accustomed to being part of the team. And so there's a lot of upgrades and shifts, creating new SOPs, standard operating procedures, new playbooks for things, upgrading systems, creating new paid ads. We've got a new program launch going on right now. And I'm also upgrading my own personal toolbox as a practitioner with new tools that we're bringing into the Becoming More You program. And there's a lot going on. Basically, if I wanted to, I could work around the clock, right? We all could. I think most of the people who jive with me and my style are creative entrepreneurs and professionals, people who, we don't understand what it is to be bored because we always have ideas and we always have some inspiration or vision that keeps us working on them. So that could be the case, right? And I have some big projects that I actually plan to have done tomorrow. And I'm out taking a walk, right? And I do this because the vibration that we put into things truly, truly matters. And this is lived experience for me, but it's also something that I have helped a lot of clients with. And in this last month, I was actually helping another coach in the space of helping people with wealth and abundance. And we were working on her work because she was finding herself working these days that were just terribly long. She was starting to not enjoy the work that she was originally attracted to because she had these great solutions and ideas that other people didn't have. And she was really helping people and it felt good. And lives are changing, creating that transformation. Like so many of us in the coaching space, we eat it up. We love it. And it can be really hard sometimes, even when we know better, to do better when the subconscious pulls us back to our roots. Maybe those roots, in this client's case, were being raised that there is no abundance without hard work and long hours. And we worked on that belief last month with a single hypnotherapy session. And I just want to say this because I feel like you all are smart. Most of you are in the space of understanding psychology to some extent, understanding your own blocks to some extent. And this coach was no different. She's brilliant. She has a business much bigger than mine, and she is helping people immensely. And she was conscious of this belief, but that consciousness wasn't enough to reform or shift it. We really had to go deep into the subconscious to create a reframe that would stick. Okay? And this is being mirrored with me right now out for my walk, because it would be very easy for me to do exactly what she was doing, to get sucked into these long days, because I love my business. I love everything that we're working on, but I could very quickly turn it into something I don't love with the hustle and strive mentality that I was so accustomed to and conditioned with in earlier years. And being conscious of that hustle and strive mentality is not enough to feel safe, slowing down and shifting into pleasure and raising your vibration. Okay, so what was happening with this client was these long hours and really pushing, like totally in the masculine, and noticing that despite how hard she was pushing, how long her days were, how much her effort was, her sales were lower than they had been in a long time. And when you can't create through the hard work, the long hours, the hustling, the striving, the conditioning that you were programmed with, that you bought into as being the only way, when that's not working, you can go to a really dark place, because you've bought into this belief, and then the fear comes in, the scarcity comes in, and that foundation that your vision was built upon, and that when you were having good months or good quarters, fabulous months, fabulous quarters, if you look at what you were doing at that time, it's different than what you're doing now, is pretty much what the conversation came down to between me and this client. And she's like, yeah, and it was a lot of the things that she came to me to work on. We need reminders sometimes of things that we already know, and we already have all the important answers inside of us, guys. They're all there. But guides, coaches, therapists, friends, family, spouses, partners, whoever, they're all here to mirror and bring forth those things that maybe we're just not quite seeing in the right light to make the shifts that we need to make so that we can feel the way that we want to feel and progress the way that we want. And so I reflected back to her things that, were not unfamiliar principles to her, but we were able to work them in new ways. We were able to sneak them behind the veil that closely guards the subconscious mind. We were able to massage them in to her nervous system and have her make small changes, because it's not like you go from the hustle and strive mentality, or working 12-hour days, or checking your phone right when you wake up in the morning, or getting sucked into the social media, or whatever the thing is, to not doing it. At least not most of the time. Because it's a safety issue, right? The whole reason we're doing it in the first place is because it's the conditioning. It's what we know is safe, because it's what we saw work for people in our lives when we were younger. And even if they were miserable, it's what we know as the model of reality that our tribe followed. So,
hey, I'm just popping in to remind you real quick. You don't have to keep navigating the overwhelm, self-sabotage, or emotional chaos alone. If you've been feeling stuck, whether it's in your business, your relationships, or with your own health, there is a next aligned step. And I would love to help you ditch the overwhelm and find it. You can book a totally free, no pressure insight call with me. This is a quick 15-minute one-on-one call where we will zero in on what's really been keeping you stuck. And I will share simple but powerful insights that can help you move forward with way more confidence, ease, and alignment. All you need to do is head to gamechangingconversation.com and grab your spot. I truly can't wait to connect with you and support you in your next chapter of becoming. Now let's get back to the episode.
So the idea of stepping away from that completely, it's foreign, unsafe, big, scary. But we can do little things that provide ourselves these microdoses of safety, little small steps in the right direction. And those things begin to build trust within ourselves. That is so important to actually feeling safe, slowing down. If you've read my book, you know the chapter, Slow is the New Fast, all about gaining traction by actually slowing down, doing less, being more. There's a whole free coaching program on that in my school community. Check it out if you haven't already. And when we can create that safety little by little, we start recognizing how our vibration shifts. And we're feeling better. We're feeling happier. I know that as I walk the last little bit of this walk and finish this short podcast with you guys, even though I was in a good place when I started the walk, I'm definitely at a higher vibration now. Talking this out, thinking about all the joy in my life and business, thinking about all the people that I'm excited to serve as my summer program kicks off, and all the new ways I have to serve them, and all the progress people were already making before that. So now it's going to be like 10x. I'm super excited about it, super high vibe about it. And this walk allows me to know it's safe to step away. It's safe to enjoy my life. It's safe to celebrate everything that's already been accomplished. I'm walking back up the driveway right now to my dream house in an amazing neighborhood that I feel so good and safe and abundant under its roof. And I never would have dreamed that this is what we would be calling home 5 or 10 years ago. Well, I guess 5 years ago is about when we were getting ready to move in. It's been a little longer than I thought, but definitely not 10 years ago, because then I was in my dream house at that time. But we have to keep connecting and reconnecting to the vision and expanding, because the universe does not have any limits on what is possible for us. But what we believe, the vibration that we carry, and if we're wavering or getting into self-doubt or disbelief, goes way down. When we can get that belief up into that unwavering place, that place that Neville Goddard talks about, of living in the wish fulfilled, the vibration of it, so much more is possible. And you can take a business that's in a funk, like my clients was when we were working on this last month, and you can start seeing changes so quickly. There's no time attached to how long it needs to take to see differences, major differences in things. Just the belief that it's supposed to take a certain amount of time. And when we can shed that, anything becomes possible. The sky is the limit. And this client is already seeing that turn around. She's already seeing the difference in the clients coming into her business. And I can really feel that. You know, I work with people who, it's like I have been in the places and spaces and feelings that they've had. Maybe their business is bigger than mine. Maybe their business is smaller than mine. Maybe they have more kids. Maybe they have less kids. All sorts of things that are maybe the same or maybe not. But the feelings are the same. The feelings of getting in your own way. The feelings of not enoughness. The feelings that if you slow down, everything's going to fall apart. And their feelings are not concrete things. Their beliefs, they're not concrete things. They are changeable. But most of us alone do not possess what it takes to create that change, because some kind of a relationship is where that belief came in, and some kind of relationship is where that belief can be healed. And that, in a nutshell, is the value of coaching and the value of working with someone to create the change that you want in your life. So I'm walking back through my door now. A little change in the audio probably. My doggo is happy to see me. And I'm going to get back to work because I absolutely love serving all of you. I love creating podcasts and content and programs and emails and workshops and all sorts of amazing things. YouTube videos and sessions for my clients. I love doing all of it. And this 15 minutes that I took to take a walk literally will change the trajectory of my day. I'll bet you I onboard a new client this afternoon because the energy is right and the effort has been there. I'll bet you. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. I know you have so many choices when it comes to podcasts. Thanks for listening to Becoming More Me. And if you want to explore this further and get out of your own way, remove the blocks that are standing in the way of your abundance of health, abundance of wealth, abundance in relationships, let's talk. Thanks for for spending some of your precious time with me today. If you loved this episode, please leave a review or simply share it with someone else who would get great benefit from it too. If you share on social media, please tag me so I can personally connect and thank you. Until next time, keep taking bold and brave steps towards becoming more of who you want to be in this world. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are enough. And if your inner critic is still trying to argue with those facts, hit me up. We've got work to do.